Hey, when you get home today, don't go to your room. That's gonna be my mom and sister's room.
What?
You're gonna stay in the kitchen from now on. You have to cook anyway, so it's okay, isn't it? I'll get you a sleeping bag later.
Hey, hold on a sec. I don't get it. What's up with you all of a sudden?
My sister Ella got divorced.
Divorced?
That's right. She and my mom got kicked out of their house. That's horrible, isn't it? So I decided to take care of them.
How long are they going to stay?
What do you mean, how long?
Well, they're not going to be staying with us forever, are they? It will be easier for them to plan if they make a definite deadline first. And it would save everybody from worrying about all sorts of stuff.
What are you talking about? I'm saying my sister and mother are moving with us starting today. That's the deal.
Living together?
You should be happy about that.
Absolutely not.
It's already decided. You want poor Ella, who got divorced right after the baby was born, and mom to go out on the street?
Well, I certainly don't want that. But living with us for the rest of their lives? That's not the answer, is it?
You're surprisingly heartless, aren't you?
I don't think that's the problem here.
Anyway, I'm bringing Ella and her baby back here tonight. You'll take care of them.
Huh?
Especially since mom is 60 years old, I want you to cook her healthy food. Take her for a walk every morning and help her go places. You need to take complete care of her.
No. Wait a minute. I have a job, okay? I'm just talking to you on my lunch break. I don't have time for this.
You work from home. You can at least take care of mom in between things, can't you?
I'm already working and doing all the housework. And now I have to take care of my mother-in-law? I mean, we talked about moving in with your mother when we got married. But she was just really mean and too difficult to get along with.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you were such a selfish woman, mom had no choice but to go to my sister's house. And the result is them getting kicked out of their house. In other words, my sister got divorced because of you.
Excuse me?
So you, as a way of apologizing, have to do as much as you can to take care of my mother and sister. And of course, don't cut corners on the housework. Especially the cooking. Mom's a picky eater. You've been using your job as an excuse to cut corners and never cook any good food. Take this opportunity to learn to cook for my mother.
That means I have to take care of my mother-in-law, do the housework, and work. I won't have any time to rest at all.
You'll have to figure that on your own. It's because your lack of experience that you can't make time.
Don't you realize you're talking nonsense?
Anyway, I'm bringing Ella and the baby home, so get everything ready.
Hello, Dawn. Did you hear from my brother? Yes, I did. I heard from Andrew that you're planning to live in our house. You and your mother are moving in today, right?
No, I think he may have said something about living together. But rest assured, I don't intend to be that much of a burden on you.
Oh, is that right? But I heard that you got divorced and got kicked out of your house, so you have nowhere to go.
I guess I need to explain my situation first, right?
Where do I begin? My husband and I are divorced, and it's temporary. Huh?
You know that we and my mother were living together, don't you, Dawn?
Yes, I do. After your father passed away, your mother was left alone and you were worried about her. I heard that's what you said.
That's a lie.
What?
The truth is, neither my husband nor I had any intention of living with my mother. I heard that when you married my brother,
that she was abusive to you. Yes. It's the same with my husband. Before we got married, my mother checked out my husband's income, his co-workers, his boss, the company, and so on. She insisted that I should stop being with such an unworthy man. But I overcame her objections and joined my husband, and we were very happy. But my mother came to our house and stayed there. Oh no. I told her to leave, but she wouldn't listen. My husband, who is also a kind man, started to say that he felt bad about kicking her out. So she moved in with us. Wow, that must have been hard. And that was the beginning of my hellish life. Every day, my mother calculated in detail when my husband came home, how much money he made, and how much overtime he worked. She yelled at him when he didn't make enough money and cursed him for not being able to leave her daughter with a more capable man. It's unpleasant just thinking about those days. Even my kind husband became exhausted and decided that it was all just too much. So I talked with my husband, and we decided to temporarily divorce to deceive my mother. We planned to move far away together and secretly remarry in a new place. So that's what it was. I was going to have my mother live alone from now on. But I didn't expect that my brother would help my mother and let her live with us. I'm sorry for getting you into this. Don't apologize. I didn't think my husband would insist on having my mother-in-law live with us either. Because I've refused to let her live with us before. He didn't listen to me at all. So it's not your fault. Thank you. But why does Andrew want you to live with us? It seems like your and Andrew's stories are basically different. About that, my brother seems to think that I'm a housewife who didn't make enough money and got divorced and lost her way. He's also mad at me for the divorce, saying that my husband kicked me and my mother out of the house. He wants to help me and my mother, so he says he'll let us live with him. But the truth is, you were a stay-at-home mom, right? You guys can't get married again right away. What are you going to do until then? My husband is giving me money to live on for the time being. So I was thinking of hiding out somewhere and living alone, but if my mother is going to live there, I can't just run away. Can I move in with you and take care of my mother? Of course I will pay for the living expenses. But we don't have enough rooms. We only have one vacant room. I've been kicked out of my room and told to sleep in the kitchen. The kitchen is outrageous. Dawn, go ahead and stay in your room. I don't mind if my mother and I share a room. Your job is working from home, right? I'll keep an eye on my mother so she doesn't disturb you. And I'll do the housework. That would be very helpful. My husband won't listen to anything I have to say. But if you ask me, I can't say no. If a deadline is set, I'm not opposed to you living with us. Let's talk about who's going to do what to make it work. Thank you very much. It really helps. Thank you too. And there's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. Huh? Would you like to talk again without my brother? Would it be better without him there? Yeah, there's something on my mind, but I think it's going to be kind of hard for you to hear. I think I can guess, but anyway, okay. It's almost time, so I'll go for now. Okay, have a safe trip. Excuse me, Dawn. Are you still at the supermarket? Yeah. I'm about to go check out. Sorry, but can I get you to get me one more thing? What? Mom suddenly said she wanted strawberries. Strawberries? Do you think they sell them this time of year? They might not be in the supermarket, but I called a fruit shop in the mall and asked, and they said they had them there. So I asked them to hold them for me. I'm sorry, but could you please go pick them up? Okay, sure. I'm sorry for my mother's selfishness.
I wish I could go with you and help.
No problem, I drove. Besides, if I don't buy them, your mother will make a fuss again.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, it's not your fault. Thank you for keeping an eye on my mother-in-law while I was gone.
Thank you too. I really appreciate it. Looks like you're fulfilling your role as a wife nicely, huh?
Andrew?
I heard you bought strawberries for my mother. I'm glad to see you're taking good care of my sister and mother.
And you, on the other hand? Ever since my sister-in-law and mother-in-law came to live with us, you've been coming home later and later. Recently, you've been coming home in the morning. Before you know it, you won't be coming home at all.
It's not my fault things got so busy at work. Anyway, I have to do it to make up for the extra mouths to feed.
Ella is putting in enough money, right?
Huh? There's no way she has that kind of money now. If you're going to talk back, think a little better before you say it. Don't complain when you're the one who's being fed in the first place.
I work.
You gonna say I'm working too? Well, let me tell you that measly salary you're making working from home is nothing to brag about. So, what then?
Nothing. Hey, I got the results.
How was it?
It's all bad.
Oh, is that so?
How about on your end?
My husband is already waiting for me over there. I'm ready to go whenever you want.
We should move on this as soon as possible. Well, I have some formalities to take care of, so can you wait until next week?
Understood.
All right, I'll get busy.